if you were to act really like yourself.
What deck are we using today anyway?
It's the herbal tarot.
Herbal, okay.
This one.
Okay.
Welcome everybody to our Wednesday edition of Weather Report Suite Live. I'm Sarah.
I'm Jason.
And we're from Meadow Lighthouse. We're a love-based organization founded by psychics and scientists working together to create social change through empathy. And one of the ways that we do that is by offering an 8-step program for empaths. And we meet as a support group every Tuesday night. We are training leaders, starting new groups. So here's a copy of our manual. If you consider yourself an empath and if you want to belong to a community of like-minded people, consider joining us. Reach out to us. Our web address is on this live feed. Hi, Chicky. Hi, Kat. All right. So for the weather report, the moon is waxing through Sagittarius, and this creates a really positive, playful energy. It stimulates your heart chakra, so you should feel loving towards yourself and other people. It's a great time to spend with your family and friends. And if you can get out into nature, near water especially, that is really, really helpful. Hi, Sarah. Do you have anything to add, Jay?
Just that the Sagittarius aspect of it also brings a child within you out. So you might find that the adult aspect of you is less in charge, and you might be drawn to childlike behaviors and lots of fun things.
It's a great day for someone like him. He doesn't have to change, you know? And
if only every day could be a waxing Sag. Yeah.
Seriously. The tarot card that we drew today is the Fool card. And the Fool card suggests that you are on a new path. It's a new beginning for you. You can leave your cares behind, throw off any burdens that you had before, and just start fresh.
You might want to take a leap of faith. It's like a reset button. So if you've been struggling with a lot of drama or negativity, today should feel like just your plate is washed clean. And the Fool card definitely symbolizes to take a leap of faith. You know, if it looks kind of like you're unsure, but it requires action, I would do it.
The thing about this card, too, it's telling you to take a leap of faith and believe in yourself. And what you'll find is you're much more powerful than you gave yourself credit for. And the universe will show you which way to go and enlighten your path. The colors for today are earth-based, suggestive of a fall day, greens, browns, beige. As usual, I'm wearing the colors of today and Jason's not, but
I'm wearing the colors of tomorrow.
That's just the way Jason is. Hello to Chris J. Good to see ya. The stones of support are jade, jasper, agate, Herkimer diamond, and rose quartz. And rose quartz is our crystal for today. We're doing a new feature now. We're collecting or curating a collection of crystals for a new store that will be opening at the end of October. And we're going to start selling them as well on Facebook and on this live feed. Hi, Nicole. We just picked up this beautiful Aura Rose Quartz. I don't know if you guys can see the rainbow effect that it has on the point here. We've got some larger ones in palm size.
This one's really nice too.
Yeah, they're just gorgeous. We also have these points too. If you could see them in the light, it has some very beautiful inclusions.
And the shape of these are important too, with the points and the clarity, because rose quartz is really good for empathy and for heightening just well-being in the heart chakra. And because of the points, you can direct the energy. If there's a family member or someone that's depressed or going through a lot of emotional difficulties, you can utilize these points. This is shaped like the obelisk, in Washington. Why? Well, it's directing energy. So these are excellent for healing yourself and also healing others. We also have some wands. These are really good for directing energy into your own body and kind of healing yourself. Massage therapists would do really well with this and putting this into their practice and helping clients to open up your heart chakra.
We talk about healing other people. You don't necessarily have to be in the same space as that person to send them healing energy. You could take a stone and you could place it on a photograph of a loved one, or just visualize them in your mind. And the energy from the crystal can go towards that person. Believe it or not, it's very powerful. Here's a rose quartz tower, which is just stunning. Isn't it beautiful? We just love this so much. So what we'll do is we'll post a photograph of these stones right after the live feed. If you're interested in purchasing anything, you can direct message us or go to our website.
I just want to say too, what do you call these?
Orgone?
Orgone. I ran out the house and grabbed one of these little pocket orgonites, and I got to tell you that the energy I got from this little pocket piece, I got to call it like on-the-go orgonite, because I grabbed it coming out the house, and I could feel it helping my energy shift on the way to where I am now. So I just wanted to say that we have these for.
We have them, but I don't have them listed on the website.
Okay.
I've got a lot of stuff that I haven't had time to list on the website. But again, we're going to be opening our store in Sturbridge, and I'll have all that stuff available. Hi Cheryl. Hi Bianca. Hi Karen. Great to have you joining us today. So, did you have anything else to add, Jay?
No, not at all. I like this one. If nobody buys it, I'll take that one.
So we've got a lot of questions coming in, and I just want to, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, if you have a question for the Tarot, put your question in the comments section, and if I click like on your question, then I've written it down, and then you're, in line for a reading. So I guess we can get started with those readings.
Good. We want to mention about the button or the website.
Okay. There's a technical difficulty with our donate button to our nonprofit. So Caitlin or Althea is going to post a link to our website. If you do want to make a donation, just look in the comments section. We really appreciate that so much.
Thank you.
Why don't you shuffle?
Will do.
And
we're using the Herbal Tarot today. This deck is out of print, I think.
It is out of print. It's very hard to find.
It's hard to find. It's really cool because you get all the herbal attributes to the tarot too with this. So it's really neat. All right. I think that's kind of good.
I'm glad you like your orgone, Cheryl. All right. So, Michelle, you're first. So, Michelle is wondering if the cards could give you a glimpse into any past lives of hers.
Yeah, let me take a look. Sometimes they can.
Okay. 4 and 5. Here we go. Okay.
Well, what it suggests is that there's a continuing thread going on in your life from a previous incarnation that didn't get to manifest or complete itself. There's ties with a child, there's ties with a man, and the Three of Coins says that the similarities of today in this life are threads of completion from last lives, meaning you're still working through karma. And it looks like there's been a thread of the same continuing line with certain individuals that are with you today. In this life, the trajectory is to complete certain attributes, 3 attributes of self in previous lifetimes that were never fully blossomed. One of those are creative within your own being. So there's a talent or an ability that comes with you through lifetimes. And in this life, it's really all about healing and rectifying some past things that have affected the heart and have affected family. So the trajectory is kind of a continual thread that you've been living. And what I see is it's been continual for the last 3 incarnations. Prior to that, you have a very long shelf of Akashic records, but it's the last 3 that have been very condensed, which means in this life you have the ability to achieve immense success of a culmination of the last 3 karmic lives tied together. I know that's a little bit doesn't make sense as I'm saying it, but
I wasn't listening.
Of course.
I'm sorry, I was busy.
She's,
Usually I listen and I like to remember these things.
yeah.
So, I don't know, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's good. All right, Jennifer Lynn, you're next. Jennifer wants to know if her ex is her twin flame.
Okie doke. Let's see. Jennifer Lynn,
Yes.
ex-twin flame. Well, his card shows up, interesting. His card shows up as the King of Coins reversed. Yours shows up as the Queen of Cups reversed, which is symbolic to things unfinished. It actually does look like there is a connection with a twin flame. There's a third party, a Queen of Swords, that also has some kind of karma between the both of you as well. The Three of Swords is reversed, which means that you're on a trajectory over the next 3 years of repair and positive energy. And the Ace of Wands is also having a confirmation of the twin flame connection. So there is a thread with you from previous incarnations, and I think in this life you're going to find in the next 12 months the ace will produce itself to you, which will show you a new path with this person, or understanding with this person, I should say.
I just want to say hi to our friend Trace in California. I'm so
Hi,
glad that
Trace.
you're joining us today. And speaking of California, we also have a friend Nancy and her daughter Morgan out there. We want to send you guys love and healing for your state.
And congrats on Morgan.
All right, Corey's next. Corey is female. She
Okay.
wants to know what does the week ahead look like?
It's kind of wise.
There. It's that way.
Okay. It's funny because you say the week, which is a combination of a 7, right? 7 days in a week. And you start with the 7 of Wands. So what that would indicate is that the onset of the next week, the trajectory for you is maintenance, and it's maintaining order and staying on top of things. Now let me get a better look as the week progresses. The Page of Cups is reversed. The 5 of Wands is reversed, which means that you should hear some news over the next week. On one level, a Page of Cups is, on one level, when it's reversed, it's not disappointing news, but it's kind of news that, is kind of right in the middle. But what follows it is the 5 of Wands reversed, which also means that this week is not chaotic. The energy in this week balances. You have the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Cups, which means by the week's end, there should be some kind of news around you that's good and positive, specifically catered towards a female or family. So it looks like there's some kind of good news culminating. Or if it's not even news, it's maybe a circumstance. Maybe you end up going somewhere around family or connecting like that. But I see it as a good week. I don't see it as a bad week.
Alrighty. All right, Nicole, you're next. Nicole is a 45-year-old female, and she's looking for a health reading.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
I really like these organized, by the way. These are really, really nice. She's looking for a health reading. Oh, okay. So really good. First of all, okay, so there's two major arcanas in your card, and one is the Star card. The Star card is well, it's hopeful energy. It's healing energy. It's a, you know, if it's some kind of good news you're looking for, it would symbolize that good news. If it's a wanting to feel better or things like that, then it's feeling better. And I want you to know too, with the Hangman reversed, what that indicates is that you are not under karmic law at this point to be in a state of suffering. When the Hangman's reversed, you should see positive attributes start to shine on you in reference to health. The King of Wands could be a healer, a practitioner, or someone in the area of authority that is actually going to be assisting you going forward. And you also have the Four of Coins and the Ten of Coins reversed. That just means, you know, don't ruminate in the head and look towards the negative attributes of health, because if you do, you'll see them, right? But the point is, you have major arcana, which trumps any kind of, you know, third dimensional construct. So try to not be overly concerned and look for hope and restitution in health.
All right, Nicole. Allison, you're next. Allison is wondering if she should stay at her job. It's a toxic, and she says it might be a toxic environment.
Okay.
But there's benefits to staying, so she's not quite sure what to do.
Okay, let's take a look. All right, so she's asking about her job and that it's toxic and basically might not want to stay there.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, every single card for you is upside down, which is the vibrations that you're feeling. And the Six of Wands is reversed, which is like, you know, it's like losing the state of bliss or victory. It's like feeling almost like the toxic energy you're describing is surmounted to the point where it would make somebody not want to really engage. And quite frankly, I don't blame you. A lot of these cards are reversed, and the Four of Swords is reversed. That affects your environment, making it toxic. The Three of Coins is reversed, which means you can't even be seen. Like, your abilities, what you're bringing into the situation. If I'm betting on this, I would be saying to you, as a gambler, I would say, well, I'm going to bet that you should leave this situation, because the more you stay here, the more it takes from you. I don't see it giving. And because the cards are reversed, it might be a good time to reevaluate what you're doing and get out of Dodge. Sometimes it's best to get out of Dodge.
I just want to say hi to Crystal and Krista and Denise. Thanks for watching. All right, Elizabeth, you're next. Elizabeth is 24, and she's wondering if there's something eventful for her coming up in October.
Okay, let's take a look. Eventful in October.
Yeah.
Okay. Did she mention work related or?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Here's the thing about October. Even if you don't receive the news that you're looking to receive, the Fool card still comes up. So it's almost like the Page of Cups is reversed, which is like anticipation. And it's like maybe not hearing exactly what it is to tell you to take that leap. But I'm here to say the Fool card means there is an opportunity in October, and it requires you to kind of be all in or take a leap of faith. And I'm going to suggest you do. But don't do it based on your thoughts of money or your thoughts of this or that. Base it on what's best for your own spirit and your well-being. And I'm going to tell that if you do that, you might find when you leap, you don't get everything you're looking for right there. But then what happens is this Knight of Wands is in the midst, which means there is traction and forward adventures going forward. So yeah, I see a leap of faith, and I do see an opportunity.
Okay, awesome. All right, Chris J., you're next. Chris just wants a general reading.
Okay.
Chris is our friend from Philippines. He's a young
Wow.
guy.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for watching and joining us from the Philippines. Okay.
All right, let's see.
And Chris wants general?
A general reading, yeah. Let's see. 4. No, there's 5. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Hi,
Well-
Rashid.
Wow, Chris. In general here, you're right on the cusp of some kind of new door opening for you that's going to help steer your direction. Well, work-related, financial-related, but really, the Ace of Coins is behind the King of Wands. And what that means is it's a sign of an opportunity. Now, the Ace of Wands is also with you, but that's upside down. And sometimes, you might have money before you have the job, or sometimes something might manifest for you before it's required of the action. So it kind of speaks in a riddle, but what it's saying is there's changes for you, and some of these changes for you, Chris, are going to be direction in finance. The Two of Coins is the juggling and the balance of it all, but I do see a new opportunity for you. So
Awesome.
anyway.
It's funny, Chris, that you wrote down that he said, you're my magician. And I was thinking of the magician card. When I was pulling cards, I said, I hope the magician card comes up for him.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
I don't know why, but anyway. All right. Nikayla, you're next. So Nikayla is going through a custody battle, and there's a hearing today. She just wants to know if it's going to come out, how it's going to come out.
Okay.
All right.
Well, of course, we wish you
I
well.
know, we do.
Nikayla. All right.
There. Okay.
All right. Okie doke. Well, I mean, so at first you've got cards that were kind of like, to me, saying, well, oh boy. So you have the Seven of Cups reversed, which is good, because what that means is that the focus is not all over the place. So the Seven of Cups, when it's reversed, it's kind of saying that you're making the focus about what the custody, who the custody is over. So you're going about it right. The Five of Wands is a little tricky because it means there's a lot of other opinions and energies and distractions that try to make it look confusing. But then what happens is it goes to a 4. So anytime you get a 5 to a 4, it means you expose the confusion, you expose the difficulty, and the 4 is house and home and unity, right? Then we have your card, the Queen of Swords, unless that would be a representation of you, which could be a lawyer, I don't know. Might be, but it's someone, if it's not you fighting, it's somebody that's representing in a battle. And then it ends with the Empress, which is the Mother card, which is the saving grace card, meaning that the angels are with you. And I think things are leaning to go towards your side of the fence in a loving way. And if it doesn't come out that way, it will come out that way the next time. But I think in this time it should.
Okay, good luck, Nikayla. All right, Delia, you're next. She just started a new business. I think
Okay.
I have to.
Give us a
Read
sec,
it
Delia.
again.
We'll get right to it.
I know that you're starting a new business. Oh, here we go. Okay. I have started my company and took the bull by the horn. Any guidance from Spirit?
Well, let's take a look.
I'm sure there will be.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
We could probably give you straight guidance, but it's a little weird, you know? So we use the cards as like a thing to help it
There you go.
translate. In the new business, well, geez, you know, I got to tell you, sometimes the message for you is that the right people, that, first of all, you have the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, the Fool card, and the Queen of Swords, a lot of face cards, and you have the Page of Swords. So this is all like talking about people, information, and the journey. The Knight and the King are supportive figures. So what this is saying is that you're off to the right start. And that Spirit's going to send you to individuals that are, you know, in some way or the other to be helpful supporters of this business. And it's not so much necessarily money sometimes that is what it's about. Sometimes it's about empathy and kindness and love and somebody you can count on. So there's going to be two people that manifest. You're also, you know, and I think why they're there is the Page of Swords is reversed, which every business has its challenges. And, you know, when you have the Page of Swords reversed, sometimes there's a little bit of challenges with it. But by and large, the message is you have the right people at the right time that are going to be positioned around you at the right moments to really go forward. The key card is the Fool. You've already taken a leap of faith. So you're already doing what your purpose is in reference to this business. So you're going to be supported for that. And it's going to manifest by the way of people, you know, so.
That's awesome. Good luck with that. It's funny how the card that we draw for the day comes up in the readings.
It's
So interesting.
It is interesting.
That Fool card, huh?
Yes.
Okay, Sarah Elizabeth, you're next. So Sarah is looking at buying a new car. She's wondering if the timing is right.
Well,
Let's see if you have to. You can take a leap of faith.
Yes.
I don't know. Let's see. Three. This one. Okay.
let's see. Is the timing
Hi, Alicia.
right? You know, well, yes, but okay, so the timing is right because the Nine of Coins is there, which means the financial pieces of it is right. It's right. The Queen of Swords is there, which means you're determined anyway to kind of figure this out. But some of the other cards, what I'm going to suggest is you don't just, go to one place and get what you're going to get. What I'm going to suggest is the timing's right, but give yourself 3 directions to seek.
You mean 3 different dealerships or 3 different
Right.
cars?
3 different cars, 3 different dealerships, 3 different experiences. That old saying about 2 out of 3 aren't bad. So what you want to do is give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Do 3 places. You'll see the one that's not good, and then it will come down to 2 others that are like both neck and neck. And that's how I would do it to save yourself confusion.
All right. Sonia, you're next. Sonia wants to know if she should open an online retail store.
Let's take a look, Sonia. See if we can help you with that.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Well, the answer ultimately is yes, but timing is essential. And what it says is like today, we don't want to do it today because the star card's reverse and the death card is reversed, which means there's some things still changing circumstantially right now, which means we don't have all the pieces, which means sometimes you want to let things ride a little bit, but The direction you're going in is perfect. The ideas of what you're doing is fantastic. And then when we get this card, they call it the medicine wheel, but it's the wheel of fortune means as soon as you start to see circumstances change that are completely obvious, that are supporting you to go forward, is when you do it. The hangman means it's part of your karma, but you're still in the middle of a lesson. I'm going to suggest that you allow for this season of the fall to kind of start to move. And as it moves and transitions into winter, reevaluate, maybe that's the right time. But the direction's fantastic, so I think you should do it.
Hi, Cheryl. Two Cheryls, hello. Okay, Sarah Prager, you're next. Sarah is really dreading winter. She's very concerned. She's wondering if the cards have insight for her and how to handle it. I know you're not alone in that. Just a feeling of isolation, I'm sure. All right.
Okay, before I talk about Sarah number 2, Sarah number 1, just one more thing. The last card was the Queen of Wands, which means that the business will empower you.
That was Delia.
Delia?
Yes.
About the online business?
Timing on buying a new car.
Okay.
That was Sarah.
Sorry for the name mix-up.
And Sonia was the online retail
Okay,
store.
Sonia.
Yeah.
I just forgot to tell you that the last card showed
Queen of
you
Wands.
as the Queen of Wands, which is empowering for business. So I had to tell you
great.
that.
Great reading.
Now we're with Sarah about the wintertime.
Yes.
And, interesting enough, normally you would probably be really affected by it and debilitated on some levels. But I got to tell you, this year, I don't know why, you have the 9 of Coins, the Knight of Wands, the Hermit card, which is really good because what that means is that this wintertime is designed for you to really soul search and go inward. The Hermit means that your guides are going to show you something over the winter. The 3 of Wands means, it's a season, so by the end of winter, you'll find yourself feeling really strong. But overall, I do not see these cards as debilitating or as affecting you as much as years past. The 9 of Wands is the final card, which means in the mind, you might be careful of thinking too much of how the past has been in winters, because the 9 is like that. It's like setting yourself up to think of
for failure.
Yeah. So don't do that, because your cards play for you, not against you. The only thing that's going to complicate it is your own mind. Maybe we have a more milder winter, or maybe it's not as dramatic as years past. I don't know. But you have good cards.
All right. So we have someone jumping on our feed again. We always have someone who's trying to...
Hitchhikers?
Yeah, hitchhiker.
Across the galaxy.
That's right. Bamboozle you guys.
You always got the hitchhikers. That's okay.
With spells and all that. All right.
Wow.
So Senan, you're next. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Senan, I think it's a male. I apologize. I don't know. He is wondering when he will immigrate to a new country.
Okay. See if we can help you with that. No, that's just kind of general, because it's a new country. It's not a specific country.
Right.
Right? Well, with that kind of thought, we want to say hopefully very soon.
That's how it was. There.
Okay. So I'm going to read it from the future to the present. So the future, you ultimately do get into another country. There's help, though. At that point, it's some kind of mail that helps sponsor, has some kind of connection to this. Now, in the now time, you have, well, the 4 of Swords is upside down, so that's disruptive in environment, so it doesn't feel good where you are. The Temperance card means the angels are working with you, but just because you're an angel doesn't mean they can magically make something happen tomorrow. The angel of temperance has to do things just right so that things line up for you. And that might take some time. So with these cards, what it's saying is have patience. You're going to have patience. The star card's reversed, which is disappointing news. So before you get to the King of Cups, you might go through a couple of disappointments. So I don't want to tell you everything's going to be easy, but I am going to want to tell you that the light is working with you, and sometimes things take time, and you will end up getting into another country.
Alrighty. Hi, Sanjita.
Don't get discouraged, though. That's the main thing. Or try not to.
Sorry, I got messed up here. There we go. All right. So, Krista, you're next.
Hi, Krista.
So, Krista has been doing shadow work, and she's wondering if her guides have a message for her in that work.
Sure.
Okay. There you go.
You know, the first message is
Hi,
by
Nancy.
you looking at the shadow self is actually your initiational process to the light anyway. So you're addressing the really important aspects of you. And, you know, and when you face things head on, it produces wonderful growth. And the cards kind of reflect this because you have the Ten of Cups, so your guides would be very pleased with the work that you're doing in addressing certain things. And the Nine of Wands is commendable because it also means when you look at this stuff, it kicks up a lot of injury and a lot of pain and a lot of memories. So there's some things with the Nine of Wands that it stirs up that produce healing. So this is a time when you are definitely, you know, taking the bull by the horn, making a stance and moving forward. What it leads you to is the Six of Cups. It goes from the shadow self into the light self. The Six of Cups is all of a sudden you're going to start to have some really fond memories that are past life memories, that are familiar, deja vus, things like that. So the message is continue to work through your shadow self because it's the entrance way to your higher self and seeing your soul purpose.
Awesome. All right, Krista, thank you for that. All right, Marcus is next. Marcus was saying, in these trying times, do we go within to hone our abilities? It seems like as light workers, we are all growing at an accelerated rate.
Yeah, that's really well said, which is the truth of the answer to the question. So let's see what falls to the floor here. So what come out is the Page of Cups. We'll still look at these, Sarah. Should we?
Well, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think we should still look at that.
So what do you want me to do? Pull more cards on
Maybe
this?
two more, and I'll just look at these two.
Okay.
So this is the time period for the Four of Coins, which is very conservative. It's looking at, you know, the immediate aspects of self and really being conservative with your output and more looking to input. The Page of Coins is also with you. By homing in your abilities, you're going to draw to you some really good opportunities that are going to be in the financial area. This is a time period of, again, with the Nine of Wands, is not a time period to move forward very fast. It's a time period to go within, work on skills, work on abilities, and master the things that you're doing. It's almost like preparation. It's like preparation of things yet to come. So this tells me you're going to be busy in the future.
All right. Cheryl is next.
Okay.
Cheryl wants to know if she should entertain renting a house in Connecticut with the option to buy. Start in December. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Lisa.
Renting with the option to buy. Okay, let's take a look at that.
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
It's because of this excellent crystal water that we're drinking. Just amazing.
The day is great. Thank you for asking.
Wow. Okay. Interesting enough, because at first when I hear the question, I'm always like, I never know what to think about renting to own, you know. But these cars, actually, you need to really sit and look at this, because this actually might turn into something really wonderful. Not just about the house and home, which is the four, but also about the world card, which means that there might be reasons why this place is calling you. The world card would be jurisdiction around you, which means other contacts, other things that you don't know about yet that are very promising to you and can affect you abundantly. The Page of Coins also is there, which is kind of like a gift, an offering. So you might want to offer on it. But I am going to suggest too, with the Five of Wands reverse and the Moon card, sit with yourself there, because what you should find is a calmness. I mean, when you have the Five of Wands reverse, that's very calm in the environment, and the Moon card should say psychically or intuitively you should feel good there. So I'm going to really lean towards yes, you should really consider that and really kind of take a look at it. It might be a really good move for you.
Right. Caitlin is next.
Hi, Caitlin.
So Caitlin decided to work with Children of Light, which is fabulous, and she wants to know if there's a best way to work with them. You know, what would be the best?
That's a great calling.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That one and yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hi, Novi.
You know, this is a calling. First of all, center of these cards, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is fate, aligning with destiny. It's that wheel that turns. And when all things come out right, you reach your higher calling. So this is part of your mission, so to speak. Now, details of how to do this struggle between the 5 and the 7, which means that the 5 is the need for it. So you're going to identify in these children that some children, not all, but some of them time processing their gifts and or you know, it's confusing them. So your role is to transmute a 5, which is confusion, too many opinions, too many challenges, into the 7, which is the victory and the maintenance, is helping them to grow. So there's a lot of room to, you know, but the job is to denote chaos. Now, there's another attribute to this, because the Four of Wands, coins, and the King of Wands is also in connections or having some with a certain individual that might be able to help you with maybe financial attributes going forward. I just think that one thing will lead to another, and your calling will kind of unravel and unfold in front of you. And it's not so much having the plan as having the determination to do the required action when the plan dictates to you. So with this situation, because the Wheel of Fortune leads the helm, which is kind of like fate. So enjoy the ride. You're going to know exactly what to do. There are some challenges, but you're the one to take it on. You're going to do well.
She sure is. Okay, Alicia is asking a question for her daughter Hannah, who's 21.
Okay.
She's looking for a love reading.
Okie doke. All right. This is about her daughter?
Yes.
So I get this right. Okay.
Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay, so what was does she have a question, or is this in
It's a
general?
love reading. Yeah.
Well, look, a lot of the cards are upside down. And the only one card that's right side up is the last card, but it's the Five of Wands. So there's lessons going on in love. And I believe that there's some kind of karma or past life situation that needs to be kind of ironed out here. So what you're going to find for her is that she's going to be involved in a certain situation that is past life. And in the past life, because the six is reversed, it means the karma that they bring in might have been challenging from a previous life. So there's going to be lessons here. And a lot of the lessons are going to deal with the Ten of Cups, which is family and people around them. So I'm just going to say, try to stay neutral and observe the lessons, and maybe in 6 months ask the same question and let's get a different perspective. But as far as me betting on this, I would just say that it's filled with some lessons right now, and you got to turn the cards around, which require action. You can make it work, but it's not as easy as what it you might think.
Okay. Cheryl H., you're next. So Cheryl is looking for a reading about her family's financial situation. She's trying to get a business going with handmade items to help with finances. She's wondering if that's a good idea.
Okay. So these are crafts that she's trying to sell.
Yes.
Did she say online or anything? Oh, let me see.
I don't know if that was upside down.
Okay.
So.
Well, we'll put it back, I guess.
Okay.
We'll. They kind of want to just jump out at us today.
They do.
Here we go.
Right.
We'll take these two that kind of jumped right out at us. Okay, and she's asking about her crafts.
Yeah.
I gotta say, go for it. The bottom line is the Chariot card is a higher force, right? A driving force that helps you with these crafts. In other words, this is inspirational, the things that you're doing. So you really do have a gift. Now, the Chariot's a good card because it levels the playing field. It makes it so that the negative isn't in charge, the positive isn't in charge. It's kind of like it's level so that you can get into the business. The Three of Swords is a little difficult, which means that you've probably already had 3 pains with it, or 3 disappointments, or some things that already kind of come about. But you have this Ace of Swords with you, which is turning struggle to victory, which means that with your fortitude and your abilities, I believe you can gain some traction. And the Seven of Wands is a maintenance card, which means that this is something that once it does start to go, it's just maintaining it. But it's hard because there's a little bit of investment, whether that's money and your time, and there's a little bit of disappointment that comes with it. But it's worth it, In life, that's worth it. Comes without disappointment.
All right. Okay. K Mega, you're next. She is wondering if there's a future with someone named Lavanya, a guy named Lavanya.
Lavanya.
Yes.
Let's take a look.
It's not working right now, Jason.
Oh, okay.
So. What?
No, Lavanya. I'm trying to see if. How did she put it?
Is there a future with
Lavanya?
Lavanya?
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Thank you. I mean, type of future that you're dreaming of necessarily, but a future, yes. So let me explain that. The Tower card is reversed, which means that it's a time period for rebuilding in your life in general. So, you don't want to compartmentalize your rebuilding to one direction. You want to leave yourself kind of open. in reference to this one direction, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune's reversed, which is tricky, right? It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's not looking right. You also have 3 cards that are reversed that follow: the 8 of Coins, the Page of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. So if I'm betting on this, what I'm going to tell you is, although you will have a connection to this person, it might not manifest into the relationship that you might think it should. So I'm going to just suggest play the cards cautiously. With the Tower reversed, you've got a kind of level playing field to really draw into you abundance. So it's worth a shot. Take a shot in that direction. But at the end of the day, it's not the kind of cards that I would love to give you news like, oh my God, this is the one. And I can't quite see that through those cards. I wish I had better news.
All right. Well, Samantha, you're next. Samantha is looking for a love reading.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Samantha. Let's take a rose quartz is nice. I like it. She's looking for a love reading in general?
Yeah.
Okay. So for you, I'm going to condense it into a timeline. So as far as love is concerned, sometimes it's like if you're fishing and casting a net, instead of fishing every day for 6 months and finding nothing, it'd probably be better to stay at home or to do other things. So what the first cards say is the Ace of Wands and the 8 of Wands are reversed. That can get a little tricky in reference on the timeline, which could say for the next 8 weeks, why bother? And then it follows up with a 5, and the 5 of Wands is opportunity, but it's like 5 different cooks in the kitchen that you're going to be dealing with to find that 10 of Cups, which is what you want. So over the timeline, if you look around the 10th month from today, you're going to come into a good situation. But it's going to take a couple of opportunities here to really get it going and to really find what you're looking for. So I'm going to suggest take a couple of months or take a season, this fall season, to really focus on your intentions, manifesting what it is you're looking for before you even cast the net. Because if you don't do that, you're going to come up disappointed, frustrated, and find yourself like, I'm not finding what I'm looking for. So reduce on the timeline the disappointments to produce on the timeline success. But I do see you finding that right relationship.
Okay. All right, Chicky, you're next. We missed you last night.
Hey, Chicky.
So Chicky feels like she should be doing something, but she doesn't know what it is. I hope I'm saying that correctly, because I can't find your question. That's what it is. Because the computer, anyway, doesn't matter. Let's see if we can get...
We'll look at a general thing for Chicky, and also what you had just said, which was her direction of something to be involved with or something.
Yeah. Like she's, but it's not here yet. That's what I feel.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's exactly how she feels. First of all, 3 out of the 5 cards are upside down, which means things are not set. So it's a feeling of, well, I just don't know. But yet you have the 7 of Wands, which is the knowing part. So you're kind of doing what you're supposed to be doing and maintaining the direction that you're in. But with these 3 cards reversed, not seeing what you're really looking for. But it leads to the Fool, which was our theme. It's touched so many people's readings. It's touching yours. And what this means is this requires a leap of faith. And right now, don't look at the circumstances of where you are. just keep going forward. But I can tell you, in the direction that's going to require you to have the most faith is the direction you should go in. If you find yourself, you'll be led to a circumstance that's going to require you to really leap. And that's what you're really supposed to be doing. And it's not quite yet, because the Fool card is the last card of the 5, which in the 7 is upright. So on the timeline, give yourself 7 weeks. But predominantly what I'm feeling is by the 7th month from today, you will be face to face with the circumstances that require you to leap your faith. And that's going to be the beginning of your purpose.
Is that a thing, leap your faith?
Probably not. That's
Leap
my
with faith,
that's my
maybe.
education showing through. Don't ask me to spell it. It will be even worse.
All right. That's awesome, Chicky. All right, Novi, you're next. So Novi is wondering if she should move on from a past relationship, or will it work out?
Good question. And Novi is?
Novi.
Novi.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Let's see.
Wow, the Fool card again.
My goodness gracious. Just keeps coming up, right?
The Fool is cool today.
The Fool is cool. You know,
It's cool to be a fool sometimes.
it really is. The Fool is underrated. The Fool is a friend of mine. Well, you know, look, sometimes you're given a situation and a circumstance that requires free will, right? You know, but the energy's there. Like, you could be with this person that you're with, and you might be seeing signs that are like, oh, I should just stick it out. But their card is upside down, which is the inactive parts on their side of the hill. And even though the rest of these cards are good, which means that the circumstances might be good, but when it comes down to this person, I don't know if you want to look in that direction.
There's somebody else.
There really is. And because of this one, right?
Yes.
Because you
yes,
end
he's
with
better
the
for
the
you.
Knight of Swords.
And it's preceded by the Fool card, which means you might need to take a leap with another person. And I'm guessing that they have some kind of past life connection, right?
That's it. And look here. You just really clarified some things, Sarah, because the Judgment card, so if we look at it from an angelic perspective, right? What the angels are saying with this spread is, look, you've worked very hard. She's at a point where she's earned a blessing, but the blessing really can't manifest with this person. So what the angels are saying is take a leap of faith, move forward, and you will find the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords upright compared to the Knight of Wands reverse is a far better option. So I'm going to suggest move forward.
Okay, good luck with that. All right, and I think this is the last question.
Okay.
It's from Lisa. So she's wondering if she needs help from other people to create her desires, or can she do it independently? If I remember correctly, Lisa, you're an artisan. You're involved with music and art, and so she's wondering if she needs other people to help her with that.
You know, let's take a look. I mean, experience tells
Chicky.
us that we're always going to need help, right, along the way. But if you can keep your focus no more than 3 things, then I think you're going to do well. But let me take a look here what the cards say. Wow. I think that you can pull a lot of this off by yourself now that I look at the cards. And I think the help that comes to you along the way is just support beams that are positioned for your help. You start out with the 7 of Wands into the 6 of Wands, which is a victory, which is interesting because it's a backward step, but it's a forward motion. The start with the 7 and end with the 6 is like what that says is you just keep doing what you're doing, keep maintaining the direction, and you will come into the Six of Wands. Now, a 7 to a 6 means you have to lighten the load a little bit, which means to get the success or the victory or the traction, you might want to let go of one of the projects or one of the things, right? Get back to it. If it's not giving you the oomph that it should or the inspiration, let go of one. Also, is your will. It's your determination. It's the hard work you're willing to do. But the Magician card is reversed too, which means, yourself too thin. That's the main message. Is if the requirement is don't spread yourself too thin. If you've got 5 projects, just do 2.
Just gotta
Well, see, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm trying to flip this card around to say, what's the talent that the loudest, not the one that you love the most, but the one that speaks the loudest is what you need to. And you also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is wonderful because that's fate, which means that you're fate. So you're doing what you're supposed to, but the chances do you get it to destiny, right? And that wheel turns. So you reach at a every time reach, and you might take you a few times, but you end up getting it to be a masterpiece, So keep working. I think you have a lot, but also don't spread yourself too thin.
Hi, Nicole. Did you have a question? If you do, type it in. So that's it. How you doing?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Excellent. It's a
Yeah.
good day.
Yeah, it's a really, really. I love waxing Sagittarius.
It's great. So much fun. So much fun. Just feels better.
It does.
Yeah.
We just want to thank all of you for joining us today. Again, if you've just joined us in the past couple of minutes, if you have a question, type it in now because we're about to close it down for today.
Exit stage left.
I think we got everybody.
One
Okay.
more for the road.
All right, so Nicole wants a reading. Okay, so she's struggling with depression and anxiety. So
Okay.
she's looking for some guidance. Okay. And there we go.
Let's take a look. Yes, I can see that, but here's the message. Now, first of all, you do have cards that symbolize metaphysically you obviously are very gifted. And sometimes the more you're gifted metaphysically or intuitively or empathically, it puts you in the firing line of positive and negative, right? These polarities. And the empath or the psychic just has an ability to be right in the middle and deal with both things. But sometimes it's too much, and it affects our spirit body, and then it transfers to our physical body as depression and anxiety. So I see that. And, the Four of Wands is reversed, which is affecting the environment too, right? Here's the good news, though. Just as much as you have this card that represents the darker side of light, then you have this card that represents the lighter side of light, which means you're victorious with justice, which means that balance is coming to you and at a physical level, which is the precursor to shifting your physical world. Now, is this going to happen overnight? Because the 9 is here, which is, you've subjected yourself to injury. The 9 is like, I feel pain, but I'm going to slowly start to get out. So what that means is you want to incorporate some different modalities of healing. I sense that you're very sensitive. You want to look at herbal supports that can help the body with these things, some adaptogens, or, I can't quite get the information of ashwagandha root. Ashwagandha root would be good for you to start taking daily doses of that. Crystals, even drinking crystal water. letting tourmaline charge in the daytime and then putting it in your water, letting it charge in alchemy into the water, and then drinking it, and help that to ground you. Wear stones with you. Some of the rose quartz we have is really good for empathy and helping your heart to heal. So be proactive, because you do have justice, which means the suffering's not going to go on. There will be relief. That root will help you. Too bad I don't know how to say it.
The ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah. And anytime that you can get into nature and be on the ground or sit on a stone, sit by water, it's really great for the spirit.
Especially in the fall, yeah.
Hi, Meb.
Hi, Meb.
So Meb is looking for general financial reading. She's doing some work on intuition and financial abundance.
Okie doke.
Okay. Woo.
Hey, Nancy.
All right, let's see.
And then this is it, no?
I think so.
Yeah.
There.
Okie doke.
You're welcome.
Let me try to understand her question. She's working on abundance.
She wants a reading for finances.
Okay.
She has been working on her intuition and manifesting financial abundance.
Right now, what it's saying is continue to manifest. You're onto something, but the actual third dimensional construct of the manifestation is still kind of formulating. It's like you're cooking a meal here. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it comes out right. The Six of Cups is the vision that you have, the intuition that you have, the where-all that you have. Sometimes to manifest the money, you have to take the stance of the Four of Coins. And the Four of Coins is very conservative. So as you're manifesting abundance, pull back in the output of money. Like it's best for you not to really let money out of your being right now. Kind of hold on to it. And I do see abundance taking root, but I also see it in the formulation of a 9. That could tell us 9 weeks, but it also could tell us 9 months. The other thing that you manifest, not just the abundance in the form of finance, but also in the form of a person that's going to be helping you to construct this new manifestation. So I see success, but it's going to take a little bit of time, and enjoy the process because you're doing really well.
Awesome. Hi, Joe. Thank you for joining us. So Joe wants to know if he can get a reading about a girl that he's seeing.
Okie doke, Joe. Let's take a look.
Okie doke, Joe.
The okie doke kid. I don't know. I don't know why I say okie doke.
It's funny.
It is funny. Sheesh. Okie doke.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so he's been seeing his ex again, and he's confused on where this is going and if it's real.
I can see the confusion. I mean, because first of all, when you start with the Page of Cups, that's the hope, right? So I will say that both parties are starting out on the right foot. So I don't think she's bamboozling you or lying to you, right? And the Two of Cups is really good in some levels, which follows the Page, which is like reconnecting and meeting on a level playing ground. But the Four of Wands is reversed, which means you don't want to, what's that old saying where you put the apple before the horse or the cart before the horse? Right. So what it is if you do put the cart before the horse, it's not going to last. You know, because the 4 is reversed, which means the trajectory right now is not to get married, to have a home, to do these things. Like, don't make that the thing. So enjoy the friendship attributes, the lightheartedness of it, and go at a very snail's pace to avoid this. I gotta say, you know, if I'm betting, I would say it's worth a shot. You know, if it was me and I had these cards, I would probably entertain it. But I would also know in the back of your mind, the Four of Wands is not set. which means it's kind of funny. It's like as soon as you start to go to the next level with it, it's like, I'm repeating things that are not, like, it's going backwards. So does that mean we eliminate the next step, or that we spend a lot of time in this step? And I think you should spend a lot of time and don't put pressure on it. And
Nice.
I wish you well.
All right. Well, we just want to thank all of you for joining us today and for your great questions. We're so happy that you're following us here now on Wednesdays. I hope you have a great week, and we'll be back here next Wednesday, same time.
Have a great one, guys. Thanks, family, for being here.
Take care. Bye.